It was so sad to hear the news about the passing of Ace Frehley. For so many of us who grew up with posters on our walls and vinyl on our turntables, Ace wasn't just a guitarist, he was the Spaceman, the cool, mysterious member of Kiss whose laid-back style made him seem like one of the most relatable rock stars on the planet. His playing inspired a whole generation to pick up a guitar, and his death really feels like the end of an era. More so than the final tour of Kiss, whatever that was. My own history with Kiss concerts is a long one. I've seen them put on their massive stage show many times over the years. But for all the concerts I went to, I only got to see Ace play with them a single time. It was during their 1996 reunion tour, and that night was truly something special. Seeing all four of the original guys back together in their famous makeup and costumes was a moment that I will never forget. There was a real charge in the air that night, and watching Ace lean into his Les Paul to play those classic solos, well, it's about as perfect as a rock and roll concert comes. And it was a reminder to me about how important his sound was to the original chemistry of Kiss. Ace's influence on the band went far beyond his guitar licks. He wrote and sang, in my mind, some of their best songs, bringing a different kind of personality to the group. His solos were never about being the fastest or the most complicated. They were about melody and attitude. You always knew it was an Ace Frehley solo from the first note, and that's the mark of a truly unique guitar player. Looking back, even his famous stubbornness had its place in the band. People often bring up how he wasn't thrilled to be fully taking part in the 1978 movie Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. While it may have caused some headaches at the time, I never thought it was such a bad thing, really. If you think about it, Kiss was a rock and roll band, not a group of actors. Their power was on stage and in the grooves of their records. The movie was a campy made-for-TV affair that, while fun in its own way, didn't really represent what the band was about. And maybe Ace knew that. Maybe his hesitation was just his way of protecting what made them great in the first place. I've always thought his focus was on music, and he wasn't interested in anything that might make them seem like a gimmick. He wanted to keep it all about rock and roll. Ace Frehley was a true original. It's hard to imagine rock music without him. He leaves behind a pretty darn great catalog of music, both with Kiss as well as his solo work. And a whole lot of fans are going to be listening to his solos, learning from his solos, and playing in the style of his solos for a long time to come. The Spaceman has left the building, but his music that he gave us, it's here to stay. Rest in peace, Ace Frehley.